Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for our 11th episode of the Full Eclipse podcast. And not only to put in perspective how crazy time has been going by, we started this podcast back in May for the Summer Showdown. Okay, guess what, guys? We just finished week 6 of the CGL season. We have 2 more regular season weeks, and then it is full breaks ahead. This is insane. We're almost halfway, we're actually over halfway through October. Time goes by when you have fun or when Nax makes fun of you, which for me is often. But anyway, welcome back. How are we doing today, guys?
Aw.
Fantastic.
Doing great.
Big chillin'.
Do
Oh,
want to
yeah.
say, super happy to have Ghost back on the podcast today.
I guess.
You died. Oh,
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
you died, Ghost. Were you dying or what was going on? You just disappeared. You hate us.
A mix of dying and just a bunch of schoolwork.
So that you're. Oh, that's no. I'll have to talk to you about that off the pond. Unless you want to share. I didn't know you were doing school still.
Yeah.
Or have
I'm in
you been in
college.
school? Oh, my
Yeah,
fault.
I've been in school.
Okay,
Welcome to the
academic
gang.
Ghost. My fault. It's not welcome to the game. Apparently, he's been there. We just didn't know. So am I a bad person? I don't. I don't know.
Yes.
Might be a bad person.
Okay, you see, there it is. We need to keep a counter for how many times Max makes fun of me. That was the first time. Okay, so we've got one so far. But anyway, so I do want to say last week's episode was sponsored by a particular someone. Okay, because we were pushing some. You can hear Sanarki's already signed because he knows what he's about to have to do. This week's episode is also sponsored by that same person, the one and only Theory. And today he asked us to talk about Theory for Rollstar, even though he still can't say fuck.
Yep.
So, does anyone want to try to push Theory for support Rollstar propaganda? Do I want to take this one? Or,
I
got
this.
I got this.
I was say I could do it too. I used to coach him and all, but hey, I'll let Max take
Oh
it.
yeah, you both got it. You guys can both get it.
So Theory is a support.
He sure is.
I couldn't put it
He sure
better.
is.
I could not have put it better myself.
That's the proper. Yeah, because how many roll stars?
Oh,
is
here
there again for
there's
support? 3?
it's 3. All I can say for Theory support is if you need a man to Ajax a beat and make a stream interesting, that's your guy.
True.
Like if to touch on my roll stars in general, if it's not someone from except for tank roll might be able to get somebody from outside, but I feel like Solar DB should just dominate roll star at this point.
Yeah, you think that, but
this
it's
is an ad.
It's an ad.
It's a popularity vote. I know.
I was gonna say it's very much it's also a
just-
popularity vote. Sometimes all I'm saying is as much as I love barbecue chicken for rookie of the year, we had some insane rookies on Solar last season, and none of them got a single vote.
Yeah.
Me or Tippy didn't get one, and
Oh,
I
we
didn't
had
want.
rookies last
I knew.
season?
I know why I didn't play much, but Tippy not getting even a vote, getting more than one vote was insane last season.
Right. Agreed.
Anyways.
I think something is to we could talk about this in a second when we move on to it, but I think something is to be said about Theory's role on Aura Fury and how it's been helping. But he seems to be doing a lot better. He's a very good in-game leader or whatever, based off what I've heard. Very funny guy. But yeah, that is Theory for Rollstar. Whenever the roll starts go out, vote for Theory, ladies and gentlemen.
that Vert has been paid to say this. This is a paid promotion.
I mean, well, no.
Chill.
Shut up.
How much you get paid for this one?
Not enough.
What?
I don't know if he can disclose that off the contract.
But yeah,
I'm certain there was no contract.
but vote for Theory. Anyway, let's talk about week 6 because it was insane. Okay. But before we talk about the regular games, I need to talk about something. Cuddle Puddle took their second regular season loss, and this is their third loss in a row. They lost to DB in the finals, they lost to DB right after, and then they lost to Aura Fury. What was it, 3-0?
3.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
so.
3-0. Yeah, it was 3-0. I reported that
Yeah.
score. You're welcome,
Is
Theory.
it time?
You should've just let it go
I
through.
sure wasn't
That's
gonna
on
do
them.
it.
You should have just let that shit go through.
I
That's
sure
on
wasn't
them.
gonna
I'm not gonna lie. That's on them. They should have had to FF if they really couldn't.
I'm pretty sure. The only reason is normally it wouldn't do it. It usually gives you a bit of extra time after the game to do it, but since it was Sunday specifically, I was like, I'm not
So
that
I'm
mean.
gonna ask
I would have been
Ghost
the dick.
because he's our Cuddle Puddle representative technically, and
Uh-oh.
he hasn't been here. Is it time to press the panic button yet? What's going on? I mean,
I don't necessarily think it
what's your
is.
POV?
I think for the most part, I feel like Cuddle's still like in a good spot. I just think
Yeah.
we've had a lot of rough.
Yeah.
I don't want to say matchups because matchups isn't the right word, but we had a lot of questionable decisions, but
Mhm.
we felt like it was the right decision at the time. Obviously, I'm
Yeah.
not going to 100% speak for them because I'm not there all the time, but
Right.
I
No,
do
they were
think
playing
coming.
some dumb shit. They played some dumb shit. I'll say it.
I think when
I talked to them after game. And I was like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Like, I went and talked to my big guy. I was like, "What are we playing here? What are we doing?" So that's all I'll have to say.
Yeah.
I think I know you. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were playing. I'm gonna be real. Cuddle was not cuddling. Like, they were playing non-cuddle, and Mauga got a buff, and we saw no Mauga. I don't get it.
Yeah, I
Y'all
don't know
have
why they
Brook,
didn't play
yeah.
Mauga either. I suggested it like
Yeah.
3 times, once
Especially
every
with
map.
Brook, yeah. Brook is like one
It's
of the
who I talked
Maugas.
to. I was like, "Yo, why we not play Mauga, Brook?" He's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Okay."
And then when we played Queen, we took our Queen player out.
That's
Yeah.
You're
I
telling me.
also I don't
You're
know what was
telling
up with
me.
that. I wasn't gonna change their flow because I didn't show up to the scrims, so I didn't know if they were trying something.
That's fine.
But
All I know is when Cuddle plays with confidence and they look like Cuddle, they're good. But when they don't play with confidence, they look like Summer Showdown Cuddle, who
Yeah, I feel like it's
can't win anything.
I feel like it's low key I feel like it's low key like the Reese. Well, I don't want to say the Reese Cup effect because a lot of players could fit into this category of like
A lot of
sometimes
a
you're
lot of
on. Yeah, I feel like it's just. I feel like maybe it was kind of like that stalemate.
it's
Wait,
the
who else did
roster
Cuddle
swap
lose to?
effect.
Yeah, yeah, roster swap. That's a good way to put
Whenever
it.
roster
But
swap, things go wrong.
I think generally Cuddle will be fine. But I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a second. Where was the Andor you praise the other day?
Oh,
Oh,
he was
man.
bad. He was bad the other day. I agree.
Yeah,
Their whole team was
yeah.
bad
he
though.
showed up.
Their whole
Yep.
team was
there.
bad.
He was there.
Their whole
Listen,
team was bad.
I will stand by it, bro. Like Andoryu is as good as the team around him. All right, and that's all I'm gonna say about that because I don't want to start
Their
World
whole
War
team
III.
played bad though. You can't just blame it
Yeah,
all.
yeah, I agree. I agree. I
You can't
agree.
blame it on
Was
one
was
guy.
Reese-
It
No,
very
They
no,
got
no,
their
no.
ass.
I'm not. I'm not. But was Reese late to the game? Because I noticed she wasn't in map one.
No, they just didn't play her.
Okay, that's all I need to know about that.
It very much sounds like a preparation, like and like a before map kind of
Yeah.
issue rather than like an actual in-game issue. Like there might be some things in there, obviously, but
Okay, so I'm going to pull up the standings real quick, but we'll transition to our next game. I want to talk about Diamond Eagles taking it to Wawa 3-1.
Diamond
Uh,
Eagles.
I have to say, I got messaged by Pickle like an hour and a half before they officially won, and he said, "I'm the best coach. Remember that." And then I see a 3-1 Diamond Eagles win.
Mhm.
We got hit the break. We got hit the brakes on that one there, Pickle.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I hit the brakes on that one, my guy.
I don't know. I would agree with that. But
The stalemate record isn't looking too great.
Did anyone watch this game? Did anyone watch this game? What happened?
I
I
did.
mean, I can't.
I
mean,
went back and watched the codes. I I couldn't even tell you what happened after watching the codes, except for shenanigans happened.
I also watched the code, right? And I did not see a Wawa do a single Wawa thing, Wawa-ing. It was just like we're walking around using cooldowns for no reason the entire time.
Didn't Wawa only play one scrim as well? Didn't they say
There
that?
were that they did say that. I mean, that it's Diamond Eagles though, and unless Diamond Eagles is here, but we'll talk about that later because I'm excited for next week now. Because yeah, but we'll talk about
yeah,
that
we'll
later.
talk about that. We'll talk about that. So I just need to tell you guys something right now, okay? This is insanity to me. The amount, and this is why I like CGL because, the first 4 weeks it looked like this was going to be, 3 teams and that was it. And now it's like we've got outside of maybe the top 2, we've got a serious competition going on right now.
No,
Okay?
I agree. I see. I like that
it's
statement.
it's
I like that
seriously
statement.
is really setting up, because here's what's going on. I'm going to read the power rankings to you guys right now. Not our power rankings, but like the official leaderboard as it is
yeah.
written. And I want you guys to tell me if you can believe it or not. Okay. So first we have Solar with 6 match
By the way,
wins.
that should be
It should be
but we
DB. It
haven't
should be
gotten
DB Solar
mid-season
swapped.
yet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is
Okay,
on.
We haven't
so,
gotten
oh
mid-
yeah, DB has the extra
It's gonna be
win,
done
right?
before playoffs, before anyone a goddamn asks, because Headremmer was getting
Okay,
mad because Fish
so-
was busy.
Okay,
Well,
so
like
DB's,
it's like come on.
DB's 1, Solar is 2nd. Aura Fury is 3rd place with 5-1.
Impressive. I give him credit.
Checkmate is 4-2.
Somehow.
Wawa is 4-2. Yeah, somehow they started like 1-2. They're 4-2 now. Stalemate is 4-2. Cuddle Puddles 3-3. EIG is 3-3, and Diamond Eagles are 3-3. That is our top 8 right now.
That's top 9 technically.
1, 2,
And
3,
you-
4,
it
5, 6.
I know you
7,
did
8,
I
not
don't-
think
yeah,
I've been looking.
yeah.
I've been
by
I
the
don't
way,
see a stalemate.
You mean I don't see a stalemate? You missed the name
Yeah,
there.
I don't see a stalemate. I
Ah,
see.
stale
So
nuts.
this
Stale
It's-
nuts?
Yeah,
what
Yeah, it's
6th
definitely
place
not.
is the stale nuts.
yeah.
Yeah,
But this
stale.
is a tight race, and we're living in a world where Cuddle Puddle can miss out on the playoffs.
That is a
They
world we are
could, but
living
they're
in.
not gonna though. They're not gonna though. They played 2 really bad
I will
teams.
say Solar's schedule got a lot more scary after the Diamond Eagles upset because we have them in
Well,
stalemate.
yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. But that's just insane. That is just insane. Before we move on to our Week 7 preview, I just want to quickly gloss over the rest of the games from Week 6. So Checkmate beat Monarch 3-0, and I know they took care of business, okay? But under Shoreline, this Checkmate team has kind of turned their season around, and they're kind of like they're ramping up for playoffs. I don't know how much of a threat they're actually going to be. I haven't seen them play since midseason. I know they
Keep
did
it
take
that
a
way.
I know they LOL. I know they did take a map off of Death Blossoms in the midseason with Shoreline only on a couple of games with the team. So they're getting better. They're heating up. That's what I like to see. But I don't know how well they're going to be.
Checkmate's starting to do a return to how we thought they'd do it at the beginning, and I'm all here for it.
Yeah. EIG beat EKU 3-1, which just puts them in the spot that they're in, and EIG could kind of make playoffs here. They play Emerald and then they play Wawa, so we'll see how that goes. EKU lost. Stalemate beat Emerald 3-0. They did what they were supposed to. Upset of the week, I'm going to say it. Or if we beat Cuddle 3-0. That was dominance purely all
It
the
was
way through.
definitely not upset of the week. It was definitely Diamond.
Diamond Eagles over
I
Wawa
also
was.
think it's Deagles.
Yeah, okay, we're
Okay, yeah,
gonna
that
talk
was
about
more
like
of a fun-
Diamond
yeah,
Eagles,
no,
one of the
that's right.
bottom teams, like pre
when
midseason,
I-
just upset one of the teams that made it to midseason. It was expected to at least make it to like maybe semis.
This is the same team that somehow lost a map to Eastern Kentucky that beat Wawa 3-1. So yeah, that was more of a shock. Aura beating Cuddle, like I could have maybe seen. I think I predicted a 3-2
We all
for
predicted
Cuddle
3-2
overall.
on that one. We all predicted 3-2
Yeah,
in one way or
so-
another.
The
on that one.
3-0 is just. But yeah,
Yeah.
Diamond, that was a shocker,
Yeah.
and now they're in prime position. If they lose to Solar, they're in a less of a spot to make play. We'll talk about that in a second. Death Blossoms, this is a rigged tournament. They got their second bye win.
I would much rather have played somebody. I promise
This
you.
bye team is kicking my ass, though. I'm
I
gonna be
hate
honest.
bye.
It's
I hate
mentally
bye.
Yeah, they're
booming
fucking up
them.
y'all's stats.
It's mentally booming
Uh,
them. Well, good thing it only does it by per 10 and not per map or per week.
Solar Eclipse took care of business versus Shadow Eclipse. Although I don't know if Solar was trolling or what,
They
but there were a
probably
couple of maps where using Yapper was actually doing some business on Shadow.
No, I wouldn't say
Man.
Like-
trolling, but we did play me on Ana for all 3 maps, which we very much should not have done. And that was a
Yeah.
conscious decision because we were kind of like, yeah, we've been prepping
He
Oh,
more
was
for
on Genji, was he not?
That
Rev was on
interesting.
Genji. That is true. That was also done.
So
Hey, to be fair, that
It
man.
sounds like you were trying to get them ego checked, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, there were a
that was-
couple of fights.
Whether they needed it or not, they got an ego check.
Like I think it was 99-0 on the first sub map.
We don't
Oh.
need to go into depth on this series. I promise. you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
series is
I'm
not an
lying.
in-depth one. It was
dude,
expected.
Dude,
I'd
dude,
rather
I'm
go in depth on
lying.
the 2 upsets if
Shadow-
we're gonna do that.
Oh, we
No,
will.
I
but
think we already
Shadow,
kind of touched on
Yeah,
him
I
a
know.
little.
I
It's
know. I
fine.
know. I'm just saying, if we're gonna go in
Dude.
depth on anything, let's go on the interesting ones.
I didn't realize this, but apparently Shadow didn't cap a single point during
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah, I was about to say
So-
you were starting to lead to make it sound like it was like a close game. I'm like, yeah, Yapper was putting off some like occasional plays,
Yeah.
but overall it was a relative stomp.
Okay, so yeah, relative stomp. Speaking of stomps, we have Monarch Clover versus Shadow Eclipse for a Week 7 game. You have to assume Monarch will win that game, maybe 3-1. Are we in agreement on that? I mean, I know we're kind of shifting over to Preds, but I
I
feel
was
like
like, oh,
Monarch
you
should-
didn't really
Monarch.
announce it. Everyone was confused for a second there.
we can
Huh?
shift
So
over to
Monarch.
Preds.
Yeah,
So
week
we're
7
doing
preview.
Monarch versus Shadow. Sure, yeah, Monarch wins. I would
Monarch, yeah.
imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'd
can see
imagine.
Shadow taking a map maybe. Honestly, after playing
Yeah.
both of them,
I
I
think
could see him
Shadow
taking a
can
map.
get 2 maps. I believe in these guys.
I believe in them. I've seen them play. At the same time, it is kind of an amalgamation team at times. So
True.
I've seen it's very much a who can show at certain times, so we never know. But if they have a right
Yeah.
roster, they could easily take a map or two. But I still think Monarch wins that.
Then we got EIG versus Emerald. This is a sleeper.
Yeah.
EIG should surely win.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out real quick.
Don't do it. Don't do
Hear
it.
me out.
Forfeit.
Don't do it. He's gonna do
Here
it.
I'm
Double
gonna
forfeit.
I'm gonna throw a crazy thing here. Emerald is gonna get Diamond Eagles back here and secure them a playoff spot basically by winning this game.
That would be the funniest like hero play ever. Like we know
Oh
we
my
can't do it, but you
God.
can.
I'm going Emerald Eagles 3-2 just for the storylines.
I don't think
I want the
so,
storyline, but I also gotta say it's an EIG 3-1 at best. But
but gotta be.
This
I've
is my
made-
upset of the week. I'm going Emerald. I'm
Okay.
going
my upset of the week
Emerald.
might be next. I'm kidding.
Well, let's see. So we've got EKU versus Cuddle.
Cuddle
Okay.
should 3 this. Cuddle should 3
Listen,
on this.
listen,
Cuddle's
listen,
gonna win.
Cuddle has to like, you know how like sometimes you're mad at your little brother for like taking the controller or something, you just beat him up. Like they gotta beat up their little brother here. Like
Are you
they just
speaking
have
from
to beat him up.
experience?
Yeah,
Yes.
he is.
Are you-
I have heard it. I've heard the experience before.
It's just two iPad kids in the same household, dude. Are you
No,
It is.
literally.
It is.
That's two. That's two. I'm keeping count.
you little shit. Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Yeah, Cuddle Puddle. This is a get right game for them. Surely they win, and then they have a bye right at the end. So
They've got a pretty good time to prep for the end of the season if they
Alright.
can make it.
Now, I'm gonna highlight this as my game of the week: Stale Nuts versus Wawa, and I'll tell you why. It's because both teams are both 4-2. So whoever wins this is gonna punch up greatly in the standings, and will have a shot, depending on how the checkmate game goes, at having a pick for the playoff bracket.
So I believe looking at
So
like
this-
either way is there's a chance that if Wawa loses this, they could not make it, couldn't they? If they lose their other one too.
Yeah.
There's a chance they
Technically
can make
true.
it. Yeah, so yeah, like this is very much a
So-
do or die for Wawa in some
Yeah.
ways, and then stalemate. This is very much a way to secure their
Yeah.
spot.
Like if Wawa did what they were supposed to and beat Diamond Eagles, they wouldn't have been in this position.
This would have been this would have been a
Mhm.
battle for one of the top 4 seeds to try
I mean,
and
to be fair,
Right.
Wawa does have like a supposedly easier game against
yeah.
EIG,
True.
but
So
yeah.
we'll see how this goes. But
Yeah.
how are we feeling on Preds here? Because I know Stalemate
Yeah.
and Fuso Suspenders merged. And
I
they
don't
have-
fucking know. I would
and
go
they-
Wawa if Wawa is performing. That's
It
how
very.
I feel.
I
I
feel this
just
is a
feel
3.
like-
This feels like a 3-2 either way. If this game is streamed, it's gonna be a banger either way.
I feel like the Fez and Fuso fast DPS line is just low key insane. I feel like it's just
Isn't
baller.
Fez not on team? Fez isn't on roster.
Fez is not on
I was
roster
gonna say,
anymore.
Fez is not
Yeah, he
playing.
is.
No, he's not playing
No.
anymore. He's back in school,
He's
I
still
believe. Isn't he?
playing.
He's still playing?
Yeah, Fez is gone.
No,
Is
no.
he? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's
He's
gone
Fez
on
is
now.
the
gone. He literally
He's
he
on
literally
roster as a
mentioned
fill.
that in chat.
It's like earlier as we mentioned later on with stalemate. Is Fez was originally supposed to be a fill because he had school coming up. He just had more time because of some stuff like going his way.
Yeah,
but now
Fez
he's back on.
even mentioned he's pretty
But
much not
but I
playing.
will say, as somebody who's at least been able to kind of like see like the like I don't really get to like watch their games, but I do get to see what like the aftermath of them, like even just like the scores of their scrims. It could be a close game. I think it's a 3-2 one way or the other.
I also
I
think
think
it's a
sounds
3-2.
I think
It
they've
sounds like we're split.
both.
Who do you think's gonna win, DB? Who do you think's gonna win, Tool?
Oh, I already said it, but I think Wawa will win.
Okay,
Mm.
Ghost.
I gotta believe in my guys. I think stalemate.
Okay, Sonaki.
I got the exact thing as Ghost. I manage the team. Well, double air quotes around that manage, but they're my guys. I've seen how they've been merging, like how they've been like their chemistry together as a team has been surprisingly good considering they barely talked to each other before the merger.
Okay, and what about you, Next?
I don't care.
Thanks, Nax, for the
Big
voice of
win.
reason. The voice
I
of
couldn't agree
reason.
more.
I
Couldn't
just
agree more.
want to see. I want to see a good game, but like I don't. I can't. I'm not gonna pick a winner. It just doesn't make sense.
I think
to
if
do
this
so.
game is streamed,
Okay.
it'll be a banger either way.
Dude,
And that's what I
I'll
want.
just do it. I'll just do it for chaos. My gut's telling me stalemate, but I'll just join Tool and break the heavens gates, and I'll say Wawa wins by 3-0. I don't know. Whatever.
3-0 might be a little insane.
Sure, man.
I think this might goes 3-0 either way. It's insane. That it'll be like an upset
Yeah.
level, like insane. Because I
All
feel like
right,
this is a
now
close
we've
game.
got like the question mark game of this of the week, because either Diamond Eagles last week's performance is a fluke, or they're gonna have a chance to punch up here and show themselves as competitors. Diamond Eagles versus Solar Eclipse.
All right, I need to say something early here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
I think that honestly they have a shot, but at the same time, I also don't think this is like gonna be some like DB versus Solar, Cuddle versus Solar type game where it's like neck and neck. It's gonna either be one team just does way better for some reason, whether that's Diamond Eagles just reading us or us reading them better. As watching them back, I won't reveal anything about like what we know, but they definitely seem like a team where like when they're firing on all cylinders, it's just really hard to pass them. But at the same time, they all seem very 50-50. Just from watching. Again, we've only watched them play Wawa and Emerald, so I can't really say against like someone like
I don't
DB,
know.
Cuddle, Solar. I
I
can't say.
give Diamond a map.
That's
I
what-
am
that's where I
taking
was
Solar
kind of at.
3 I'm taking Solar 3-1. I will give respect to Diamond and give him 1.
That's kind of where I'm at. It's like I just look at it and like I've been watching them. It's hard to tell because of the games they've played before. Like they weren't doing very good early season, and now they're kind of punching up. But again, these aren't the teams that everyone's been looking at to win the tournament that they're punching up against. So
Right.
this, as Vert said, it's gonna be very much a do or die for them. Like, can they prove they could hang out with like at the top of the bracket here?
Right. So here's what I'm going to say about this. If Diamond Eagles wins a map, their chances of winning the series skyrockets
Mhm.
because of mentals, is what I will say.
That's true.
If
I agree
Solar
with that.
comes, if
Yeah.
Solar comes into this game respecting Diamond Eagles,
No, I'm
even
sure
though
will.
they on paper might not be that good, okay? Because I think even Cloud was talking about it, like, well, actually, never mind, because I don't know if that's public or private information, so I'm not going to say anything.
Mm.
I was gonna say,
Um,
don't
should
leak,
say it.
bro. Don't leak, please. I was gonna say, hold up. Where'd
You
you
should
get
say it.
this?
Yeah.
No.
I haven't leaked in weeks. I haven't leaked
All
in
I
weeks.
can
I got
say
a
is,
good thing going for me.
all I'll say is, Cloud
Uh,
has already done our scouting report for him. Is that's all
Yeah,
I can say.
yeah,
We're still looking.
Yeah. As long as they take them seriously and like don't go in like kind of expecting to dominate, I think they'll actually win 3-0. Like I think if they realize, okay, and I think even Burtfield made a joke about it. He was like, it's almost as if every team gets a 20% buff against us.
Like a
because-
buff before they play us.
Which would make
But-
sense because if Solar's like the team to beat, because the only team that has beat him is Puddle, then it's like every team's gonna want to beat either Solar or DB, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But
If you
I
want,
think
if
that
you want, I can
Solar-
leak something briefly about what has been said because I know
No,
everyone.
no.
Okay, it's not important. All I'm saying is Solar is taking it serious. Is all I'm going to say.
As they should, though. As they should.
I'm saying this right
right?
now. Like, this has been since we saw them beat Emerald. Even like we were kind of like, okay, we should probably take it serious. And then after the Wawa game, we're like, okay, yeah, we're not pulling punches at all. This is like a full time. Like we need to try.
Yeah.
Like
So-
because we planned originally to kind of take these last few games like a little bit safer, but
So,
fuck it.
if that's the case, then Solar wins 3-0, I think.
I appreciate
they
the
lose a
anti
map-
leak.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Solar 3-0 is completely fair.
But if they lose a map, it could get interesting.
I will say our mental. I will say our mental, like when we especially like. I feel like our mental especially has gotten better because everyone knows from Summer Showdown our mental like was the main reason we lost 4-0 to Rat Milkers in Summer Showdown. Like we just were out of it. I was in the call, like not anyone was calling me after map 1, but I feel like we fixed that problem. So again, it could rear its head again. I'm saying it's still there, but I feel like we've got it kind of nipped in the bud a bit. So
Okay.
I think it's either 3-1 or 3-2, 3-1 or 3-0.
All right, next, Ghost, what do we think?
I think it's a good measuring stick game.
Yep,
You know,
Okay.
I agree.
see how far they've come because it's like I don't know. You kind of know the standard that you're looking at with a serious Solar, and so if if Diamond comes out looking not bad, right, and you get a good first round, I'd be interested to watch the rest of that series. I don't know if it's gonna
Right.
go past 3-1 on the side of Solar, but like I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Agreed.
Yeah, we couldn't agree more on that.
What are you thinking, Ghost?
I think the first map is really important.
I do
think
too.
What
if
is first
Solar
map this week?
loses the first map,
Lijiang.
I don't know.
Ooh,
Lijiang, I think.
this is
If
So
beautiful.
it's a pretty
if
basic
Solar
map.
loses the first map, I really do think that Eagles might be able to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
like,
get that. I
It
get that. I
literally
do.
comes down to the first sub map of the first map that dictates the whole game for me.
yeah.
Oofer and
I
Oof gang
literally
gotta be
think
on their
if
shit.
Solar just can't cap once on first point or can't get any percent on
Yeah.
first point, it's gonna look really bad.
I do
But
agree.
if they
First, like,
hold them first on that first sub point and the first map, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a 3-0
I will say,
and
yeah,
like
I
under
feel
an
like
hour.
I feel like first map will be a good dictator of how the rest of the game goes. If it's a close first one or two sub maps, I could see it being a very close series, but it also could easily be a stomp in either way. You never know. Diamond Eagles, for all we know, they've been prepping for this game since week 1, and we are about to get absolutely smoked. But who knows?
I mean, if Pickle's the best coach, he's been prepping
Yeah,
for
he's
a
got to prove it
lifetime.
today.
Yeah, so general consensus Solar should win, but who knows?
Hey, you skipped
maybe...
over a game, by the way. Forgot about Aura Fury versus
I
Bai.
know.
Oh,
Oh.
awesome. Oh, well.
This Bai team's been doing really bad. I'm kidding.
Yeah, they'll win.
Wonder
They'll
why.
win.
I believe.
I believe in the upset.
This
I'm telling you, man.
This theory's gonna prove his role star status.
So we
True.
have another questionable game because it's one of these games that I'm looking at and I'm like, okay, in theory, the team that has been the
Theory.
favorite or one of the favorites all season. Yeah, don't forget to vote for Theory, Roll Star support, plug. Make
Hold
sure you
up
do
one
that.
second.
when it's
Here,
released.
hold up. While you plug, I'm just gonna. There we go. There we go.
But anyway, in theory, one of the teams should do a lot better than the other. But I don't know. There's some questionable things. We've got Death Blossoms versus Checkmate. I'm not going to lead the discussion on this one. I want y'all
I'm
to give
not.
your raw thoughts.
My
Can I
team.
say
This
something
is my
since both
team.
the
I'm
other
not-
everyone else here is on one of those teams? Mind if I say something?
Yeah, please.
I
Please,
think
you
the
can say it.
3-1 in midseason is a bit of a precursor to showing like Checkmate definitely has been like they were struggling. They still managed to take a map. I think it's fair to say this is going to be interesting. I feel like you could see it being a scoreline like Cuddle DB again, where it's just a 3-1 for DB. But I feel like also with the meta changes slightly, even though Zariper is still good, I think we could see a more close game than we did in midseason. I think that's a fair thing to say, even if it's still a DB favored matchup.
What does
I
that
think
mean
it's
for
gonna
your
be fun.
prediction?
What, Tool?
DB probably. I
What does
think
that mean for your
Fnatic-
prediction then?
My prediction? Ooh, I gotta rep for my boys in Checkmate 3-2. But in
Crazy.
my stats wise, like when I go stats, I think it's a DB 3-2. But I want to believe. I'm a believer. My boy Shoreline's on the other team, and as much as if I'm gonna rep stalemate for being with them, I gotta rep the guy I've been coaching since last season.
Look, I have predicted against DB too much. At some point, you got to start giving that team respect. You got to give them their props.
That's fair.
And
Have you been
DB's
voting against them?
He has been quite a bit. He always likes to give them like a map loss every so often, and then they'll 3-0.
I just like to get under Tool's skin, but I'm not feeling the vibes tonight. So
Everyone here at some point has gotten under Tool's skin.
It's
It's very easy at times.
Under my skin.
It's every day, bro.
I let people get under my skin.
I was about to say, bro leaves that open. He's got an open 24/7 sign right next to it.
I'm not glazing Tool because I play for the Fallen, but outside of maybe Solar, I think Death Blossoms is the best coached and best practiced team in this entire division.
Yeah.
So, under most circumstances, by all means, this should be a 3-0.
Yeah.
What I will say is, y'all remember that Lunar Eclipse versus Death Blossoms game like week 7 last season? Where like
If we could see it rear its head again.
Dude, that shit was so annoying.
Yeah, I am getting similar vibes with this matchup. The wind is getting colder. Okay,
There's a
the
lot of
autumn
parallels.
winds are blowing, and my goat Shoreline needs to finish that edit. He has to finish the edit. That way
He
can
does need to finish the edit. He does need to
And
finish
the
it.
only way he can finish the edit is if
with a win.
Checkmate wins this series somehow.
I think even a 3-2
That
he can
being-
finish the edit. He's proven himself at that point.
That being said, again, I can't go against the coaching and the practice. It just seems like Death Blossoms is a well-oiled machine right now, and they're pumping on all cylinders going into playoffs. So I gotta go. It should be 3-0, but it could be a 3-1.
I think 3-0 is a little. I mean, Checkmate has shown that they can easily like take a map when, especially during
yeah, I
midseason. I feel like midseason they were definitely trying. Like I feel like it's safe
3-1
to
is
say they could take a
probably-
map, and I think
3-1 is
Tool would
probably
even
more.
agree. Checkmate could be a threat with in terms of like a map.
I
But I
guess
still think it's
you'll
still
hear my
defeated.
you'll hear my thoughts last. I'll let Nax go before me and Ghost. You'll hear my thoughts last.
Next,
Ghost,
Well,
you,
Oh.
you own the team.
who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Why not? I think this is going to be an interesting one. I think that map loss was interesting, and
I don't even remember what happened.
I think I looked at it. a
Oh,
little
I
bit.
remember it
Yep.
now.
Yeah, you know the one.
I remember now. Yes.
So my thing is that like they can improve in the meantime, but so can we. And
Yep.
so if we went 3-1, I don't know if they make the same mistakes they made map 1, then I think it's gonna go 3-0.
Yeah, I think it's very safe to
But-
say it's going to be similar to last time if we go.
But
to
if they've gone the mileage, then we'll see. But I think our maps are gonna get really interesting. And I don't
I-
think they're ready for what's about to happen.
I think calling it a stomp either way is kind of insane. But like, I know you're not saying that. I'm just saying. I feel like you should.
I'm
you
just
could- yeah,
I'm
I
just
think-
saying it's gonna get wild.
I could very much see it
Yeah,
being a
but-
map pick based.
but
I could see it being a map
listen,
pick based series.
Listen, no. I know what Nax is doing here, okay? Because they
I know
did
what
the
he's doing.
same BS to Cuddle Puddle when they played freaking Reinhardt on New Bonnie because they don't have a
Mhm.
dive tank and they can't play dive. You know what? We're not going to take the time to learn dive. We're just going to play around it, okay? Because that's the solution. Which
Mm.
honestly, it hasn't
That's a good one.
failed yet. It hasn't failed yet. So
I
keep
think-
running it until it fails, I guess. I don't know.
That strategy
how-
will be
I
tested,
don't
that's for
know
sure,
how
though.
to stop
Who needs
Reinhardt.
dive? What's
I mean,
dive?
it's not
I don't
even
know
need
what
dive.
dive is.
For my
Who
sake,
needs
I will say
just play angles. No, I'm pissed off. Just play
I mean
angles.
the
Fucking
funniest
play
part of
angles.
this is that you act like you don't know that we've been on the boot camp, bro. Like,
That's fair.
you know,
Well, I'm not gonna
I
say
didn't know
that. I'm
that.
not gonna say it.
yeah, like, hey, Bert. It's all I'm gonna say is that you ain't seen nothing yet.
Listen. So here's the thing. I like when teams do weird things. When the Chengdu Hunters did weird stuff, I loved it. I was begging Solar when I was a player for Solar to do weird stuff. They never listened to me.
What do you
Death
mean?
Blossoms doing weird stuff. No,
It's
y'all
okay.
never
It's okay.
listened.
It's okay. You're on the fallen now, Vert. You get to
That's
do
where
weird things now.
that's how the venture comp was spawned, was because of the weird stuff we wanted to run.
That wasn't weird. It was a Venture Zarya. That was not weird.
Considering that
Maybe
no one had been
niche,
playing it before, it was
Maybe
not that bad.
niche, but it
Yeah,
wasn't weird.
Well,
Niche
yeah.
maybe, but not weird.
we wanted to win.
But anyway,
I'm the master of weird. I am the
listen.
master
Okay,
of weird.
Snarky, you said you want to win. They won with
That's
Reinhardt
fair.
on New Bonnie. So I don't know what
How
to
did
tell
the-
you. I don't know.
I'm talking about last season. This season, I'm not going to deny it's working. I'm just saying last season we did it because we wanted to win because it was a much more defined
Yeah.
meta.
Anyway, yeah, Death Blossoms should win this. But
Ghost,
whatever.
what's your
I
opinion?
don't give a fuck. What do you think, Ghost?
I think it would be pretty close. I do think Death Blossoms are obviously just a more accomplished team than we are, so I can't act like we're gonna go in and stomp these guys. Like, I'm gonna be realistic. I obviously think it's gonna be close, and I think we're the underdogs here. I fear the Reaper a little bit, but hopefully we can get around that.
All I'll say is
I think-
I don't think it's a decided match.
I think
Alrighty.
it would be pretty close, and I think it would be very map dependent.
So what's your final score?
Like 3-2 probably.
Okay. Either way, or just like.
I can see it going either way.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll say I agree with Ghost on that because as he said, it's very map dependent. It literally will come down to who wins first map.
I
Yeah.
think. All right, I'm ready. You ready? You ready?
All
Yep.
right, Tool.
I think we win 3-1. I'll give them a map, but I think it will look very. I think it has a very high chance to look pretty similar to our last game against Cuddle. Love you,
Yeah.
Cuddle, but it will
Yeah.
look. I think it has a very high chance to look like our game against Cuddle. So
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I could see us even 3-0 stomping too potentially, and like that. I mean, no disrespect by that. I just think we're really, really good right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Again, yeah, it could be that way. It could be every map could be volatile. We do not know. Both these teams have been playing.
I
very
think I
different-
know, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Hey, again, we haven't seen the matchup, so nothing's set in stone
We
yet.
have seen the matchup.
We have. I'm saying like recently. We haven't seen it recently. I know we saw the last
It
match, but
wasn't
that was.
that long ago.
I know. I'm saying if we're going off the 3-1, I'm just saying it can't be a 3-0. The last, besides Saravasa, the rest of the maps were pretty volatile, I would say, except for the one map where Zara Reaper was kind of just run over. I'd say
But
the other two of the maps were pretty good.
We'll see when we get there.
Yep.
All right, that is it for our Preds. So that being said, we've got to update our tier list, guys.
Oh yeah, I
We
gotta
have
figure
been
how to set
proven
that
wrong.
up.
We have been
We
proven
do.
wrong
Is that correct?
very,
There
very
it is.
badly.
Oh yeah, I updated it by the way.
Um,
It has the
but
new Diamond
while
Eagles.
we're-
Ooh. And
While
Few is
we're
still there.
updating it, I need to do
Yep.
something.
Few is still there. I can't delete things. That's why the old Diamond Eagles is still here as well.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. They can exist on the list.
Alrighty. I'm gonna add a
Alright.
tier right now, if you don't mind, that I
Give
think
me
is
1
valid.
second.
I'm interested to see what this tier is.
The dark horse tier, because these are teams that are. It's where I would put like Diamond Eagles as an example. We don't know.
Sure.
We haven't seen them tested. Speaking of
I
Diamond
think
Eagles,
it's fair.
I think that's the tier I want to add because, as Vert mentioned at the start, this season is it's been shaken up a bit. Sure, there are some staples. We know DB is still easily the strongest team in the league right now. There's no doubt about that. But there's definitely been some shakeups with especially with this week.
If we're gonna have a dark horse tier, we could probably also throw Checkmate in there. I feel like.
These two are definitely like the dark horses so far. Like you can't really say it about anything else. Aura Fury, I feel like should just go here. Like they've proven
They
like,
should go A, yeah. Cuddle or A, maybe. Maybe
Yeah.
not even Cuddle A. I don't know. I feel like
I would do
Cuddle
it
A.
like this. It's either that, because either that or it has to do something else.
All right, put your 2 in S tier that we know that belong there, please,
Yeah.
and thank you.
This team, even then, this
That's-
team still needs to be tested fully. Your team is DB's been tested time and time. So
I'm happy that finally we are pushing that we have been tested propaganda because we have.
You
We
have been,
like,
no. There's no doubt that it has been tested. Sure, we haven't seen this
Okay,
matchup, but like Solar hasn't been tested enough to
We've
prove
played everybody else that's on
Yeah.
that list.
it. Exactly.
We've played literally everybody else here
Exactly.
on that
Okay,
list
I
already.
think you can put Stalemates and Wawa also in Dark Horse if we're going to put Checkmate and Diamond Eagles in Dark Horse.
Sure.
I actually
agree.
think we should move Diamond Eagles down to B until we see how they play versus Solar.
I kind
I-
of agree too.
That's fair. And then I think who was Dark Horse again? Sorry, I'm a little lost here.
Stalemate and
Wawa.
Stalemate and
And
Wawa.
Stalemate.
I feel like putting Wawa in Dark Horse after they just lost to.
Bring him to B.
I think
think
they're
Sure.
also B. I don't think
Oh.
Wawa
I
really
think
need.
this
I don't
is
think
more-
they deserve their credit right now.
They don't deserve.
Okay, so
They've been having a very rough
listen,
last couple
I-
weeks.
Listen, but here's the thing: consistency should be rewarded. Wawa's been consistently good. Diamond
True.
Eagles are just now kind of creeping up. After this week, if Diamond Eagles plays well and Wawa loses, then yeah, I'm absolutely for switching it because you'll be 4-3 at that point, and then Diamond Eagles will be up or down or whatever. But that's just my opinion.
I just
don't
think
know
it's
what's
crazy
up.
to put them like in the dark horse tier when this team literally just beat a dark horse that was
Oh,
like already
Okay,
in D
okay,
tier
here's-
before.
okay. I have a word to speak about this Wawa thing because they lost 2 maps to Monarch.
And then we
They also
and we
lost
keep
a
also
putting,
map
a
to
good point.
EKU.
like they're not showing the
Fine,
dark horse
drop
yet,
them,
and they
drop
got
them,
3-0.
drop
and-
the B, drop the B, drop
Yeah.
the B.
Put them in a B. Put 'em in a B.
I was gonna say
That's
like
fair.
they've
They-
all these teams would like destroy them as well. Like that's why I'm like I should see these two
No.
teams putting an upset, but this one I don't see clashing with any of these.
No, it's
Yeah,
not a
it
dark.
is.
It's not a dark horse because they didn't get their lick back.
Yeah.
Like
True.
I'm
EIG
sorry.
and B, I guess. EIG B tier, yeah, probably.
No,
Yeah.
hear me out. Hear me out. No, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Alright.
EIG and C tier with Monarch, and then everyone else in D.
Really?
Sure.
That's fair.
Because Monarch is 2-4 right now, and EIG is 3-3 somehow. I don't know
One
how.
second. We're gonna quickly doing a new tier at the bottom here. Hold up.
Yep, fair enough.
These two are just gone. There we go. So I do think adding tier breaks would make some sense, but honestly, like if we're gonna add tier break, if anything, it would be
It
DB
would
to
just
move
be
up
the
more.
top one for me. The top one would literally just be the tier break.
Yeah, but even then, like I feel like putting a tier break between Cuddle and Solar after midseason is kind of a little iffy. If anything, I'd rather just do this at that point. As much as I love us on
Sure.
Solar, we haven't been tested yet.
I mean,
really
if
to
you want
prove
to
it.
do that, I'm not gonna complain.
That's
I'll
as
gladly
much as I
sit
love
on top.
Solar, and I think we can easily as Solar. I think we can be here, and especially in the right meta, we can be here.
Again,
think
you lost the
we
map to
haven't tested.
Monarch.
But we
I don't
haven't
know.
Again,
I don't know. Okay.
I would like to point out, Tool even agrees there was a certain play that lost us that map.
Well,
There
you
was
know
a
what?
certain play.
I hope to fucking God I don't see it again. But
Yeah.
until then,
Again,
A with you, motherfucker.
That's why
I hope he plays Winston if we play Reaper. That's all I gotta say.
And that's why I'm saying I think even though Solar, we with experience, everyone can say they can be up here. We haven't been tested to prove it, and that's why I say it's
very
like this for
valid.
now.
But
What-
you also haven't disproven that you don't belong there, so I would put you there.
That's why I'm saying like it could be either way. But if we're gonna add tier breaks, I'd rather just do this.
Okay,
Because putting a tier
fine.
break between Solar and these guys when we haven't been tested is fine. So I'd rather do this. It's very much like a gap between these teams, but Cuddle has shown they can clash. These three teams probably would go head to head right now based off of what we've seen. Obviously, I can't talk about Solar because it would be leaks, but I'm sure all these teams have been working on something in secret that no one's seen yet.
It feels weird to have Cuddle that high when they're what
3 and
3 and 3,
That's
and
but I
then
will also, like,
Checkmate's 4 and 2, Wawa
But-
4 and 2,
But they're also
Can
one of the
Scalemate's
only
4 and
teams
2.
that
Can
has
I point out
beaten
one
of their-
difference?
Aura Fury's 5 and 1.
Can I point out
Like,
one
they have
difference that'll
beaten-
settle this real
they
quick?
beat
Strength of
Solar.
schedule.
They beat Solar. Yeah, they beat Solar too.
Strength of schedule is very much an important thing in that.
That is
As
true.
Cuddle has a 3.87 and Checkmate is a 3.2, which doesn't sound like much, but that is enough to show like they've had the harder schedule. So I
I'd be
will,
okay with
I will, because
putting-
the last couple weeks they versed Aura Fury, DB, and Checkmate, and to hear all three teams beat them. But they did beat Solar, and if we're putting Solar this high, I think this is fair, and that's why I have them in the Dark Horse tier. I think that's a valid thing, is because Checkmate can punch up on any of these teams.
I would also be okay putting Cuddle in Dark Horse as well.
Like right here.
yeah.
But with how they
Really,
are,
Checkmate
because,
should
I
be
mean,
5 and
until-
1. We only have a loss because we had to forfeit.
that is fair.
Yeah,
that one is undecided in
until-
terms of like how
And it was
went.
against
And-
EIG Hunters.
That is
Like,
fair.
are we really going to lose to them?
I think until Cuddle Puddle has some consistency, they are actually just
Yeah.
truly a dark horse. Like they're
Yeah.
good enough to beat some of the best teams, but they're not consistently good enough to be like in the A or S tier. So I think that's fair.
They definitely haven't
Valid.
shown it recently, so that's definitely like if we're gonna say like Solar hasn't been tested, move them down to A. I think it's valid to say that to Cuddle. Same with like the teams down here. They got moved up so high from D to B off that. I think it's valid to say that.
Yeah.
This has
agreed.
definitely been a shakeup. The fact that there hasn't been a tier break is very insane. But I think this is a very valid way to put it. Is nobody really knows what's happening right now.
I mean, if you look from the
Yeah.
first tier
I-
list to this one, it is so interesting.
It is
I know
interesting.
all.
I should clarify. This team is dead. They just rebranded. I just can't get rid of this.
I know all.
I
I know.
I
I
know
know
all.
who will grand. I know who grand finals will be already.
I
Who
mean,
will it be?
It will be DB versus ourselves.
Mm.
no matter who DB's versing, it'll be a
Mm.
mental game, just like last one. I like your thinking, Tool.
Yeah.
I like your
Well, at
thinking.
least,
If
Well, that's
DB
why-
plays as good as they can, we win.
But
at least
then-
I'm not on tank this time.
That
Thank
is
God.
fair.
Thank God.
But I do agree
Thank
with that.
God.
It very much, especially if the meta stays as it is, it could very much just be a DB versus themselves grand finals, no matter who
Okay.
shows up against them.
I gotta move this ship. I gotta move it. We gotta sail it. So now that we have our power ranking set, let's look forward into the potential end of season playoff standings. So if we are correct with our Preds for week 7, assuming week 8 doesn't change too much, DB would be 1 seed, Solar would be 2, Aura would be 3, 4 or 5 would be a tie between Stalemate and Wawa. Cuddle would be 6 unless they finish 5 and 3, which they can. So they could also move up. Checkmate could be 7th. EIG, or also Checkmate could move up as well between Stalemate and Wawa. There's just so many 4 and 2 teams right now.
Mhm.
EIG could be 8th or 9th, and then Diamond Eagles could be 8th or 9th. So
Yep.
we're just gonna put it like this for this hypothetical for the time being, because if we got all of our games correct today, that's what the standings could look like.
Yep.
So possible playoff matches, if the playoffs happen today, would be round 1 would be DB versus EIG or Diamond Eagles. I feel like we don't even have to think about that.
I don't think. I think it's better to talk about who we think is actually gonna make it.
I think top
just,
4
like-
seeding is pretty
Yeah.
set. Top 4 seeding is pretty set, but I feel like the bottom 4 is like somewhat of mid-season should be looked at.
I low
disagree
key just
with the
want to
top
talk
4.
about who's gonna make it in as the 8th. Are we thinking it's
Yeah.
either EIG or
Well,
Diamond?
hold
I
on,
feel
hold
like
on.
that's
Before we
interesting.
get that, let me prove Snarky wrong on this point, okay? You said you feel like top 4 is pretty set. Top 2 is set, okay? And Aura
I-
Fury is 5-1.
They
And
have
then
a-
top
6-1.
3 is
Okay,
that. Top 3.
Okay,
Aura
Aura has a
Aura
bye, and
plays.
then they have an Emerald Eagles game. If they lose any
Yeah,
of that, we have a
no,
problem.
Top three is
But-
set.
But we have 1, 2, 3, 4 teams who could be the 4 seed right now.
I
Checkmate
agree.
I
could
feel
be
like
it,
looking at
Kettle
it though,
could be it,
Checkmate is
Wawa could be it,
pretty.
Stalemate could be
If Checkmate didn't have to verse DB, I'd say it was pretty set.
Well, then it's not though, is it? Because
I
they
know.
do play
Yeah,
DB.
that's fair. That's fair. Again, it could also be a strength of
So-
schedule change, but I'm pretty sure we do
Yeah,
tiebreaker for
so-
that anyways.
Let's look a little forward then. Let's talk about this 8th and 9th seed, because I feel like if Diamond Eagles makes it as the 8th seed, it's 100 times more interesting than EIG.
I'd
I
like to have a.
1,000% agree.
I think that's very interesting.
So-
I also kind of wish both of them made it because both teams have been very interesting, even like with the small wins they get.
I mean, that's not possible though.
I know
unless
it's not
Cuddle
possible.
were to
Hey, you never know. Cuddle really good though. I'm kidding.
Oh,
They would
we
have
are
to
living in a
hard.
world where Cuddle Puddle can, in fact, miss out on the playoffs.
That is wait. Don't they have a bye?
We're technically,
They
if
do.
we want to be
They have a
real
bye,
they
fucking
can't.
technical
They have a
here,
bye.
I'm
the-
pretty
They could
sure we
lose
live in
the-
a world
yeah.
where Checkmate could choke and miss playoffs. Like,
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's expected.
That's crazy.
That's expected.
I feel like saying that's a little insane because I feel like out of them between EIG and Diamond Eagles, they're gonna win both of those.
Okay,
Okay,
and
hear me out.
then-
Hear
There's
me
a
out.
world. There's
Here's
a world
the-
they miss out on top like 5, but I feel like they'll
No,
still make.
hear me out. Hear me out. This is how they miss, right? They lose both of their next games, which is very possible because it's DB and Aura. So
That
that's
is fair.
completely possible. They lose both, right? And then EIG plays Emerald and Wawa. They could win both of those
Oh
games
yeah, I
pretty
guess that,
easily.
I forgot Checkmate has like a really hard schedule coming up here.
Now the issue comes into play with Diamond. Diamond would have to beat Solar. That would have to happen first.
Yeah.
I think the 8th seed and the 7th seed are going to be 4 and 4. So
Yeah.
I think Diamond
agree.
Eagles. I think Diamond Eagles can actually stand to lose to Solar, and then they would have to win 3-0 versus Shadow.
They'd
No,
have
yep,
to. They'd
so-
have to hard win, yeah, or take a
Okay,
map
so-
off of
so-
Solar.
So let's look at this real quick. So EIG plays Emerald. That's probably a 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but then Puddle Puddle.
Every map
Puddle
Emerald
Puddle's gonna be
gets,
playing for seeding at
every
that
map
point.
Emerald gets is huge, right?
Because it lowers
So
their
let's
map diff.
Let's for the shits and gigs say if Emerald just win one at least, okay? They
Mhm.
win one and Diamond Eagles wins one against Solar. That's gonna, I believe, if I'm not wrong, that would get their map differential. It would
Just
keep
enough.
it close enough. It would keep it close enough to where if Diamond were to 3-0 Shadow and then EIG lose to Wawa in like a 3-0, I think they would jump then.
Do we think
Or
it'll be? Do we think it'll be another situation like last season where there's a tiebreaker to decide one of these like seedings going in, whether it was 4th seed
That
or 8th
could
I
seed?
be
think
it.
so. You know what would be fire? A tiebreaker
Between EIG and
for
Diamond.
to make playoffs. That
EIG
would be fire.
EIG and Diamond Eagles, like an Oasis game somewhere. Who was it last season? Was it? I know. Was it Cuddle and
It
someone
was
else?
DB and
It
Cuddle.
was DB and Cuddle.
Oh yeah, for
It
4th
was
seed,
DB
wasn't it?
and-
Yeah, it was for 4th seed.
I
yeah.
remember because we made a joke about it with the codes.
Yeah.
It was a code.
But yeah, I remember. I have a feeling having another one of those would, but this time for 8th seeding, would be insane. Because like that
Yeah,
one was just for who got to
actual-
pick.
Yep.
And
This
we
one
quote
would
unquote
actually
pick.
be legendary because this would be the who makes playoffs potentially.
Yeah.
There is a world where that. So what? I think if their map differential is the same, right? Or does it have to be their strength of schedule has to be similar too, doesn't it?
Strength of
It
schedule.
has to be
Yeah.
the exact same.
I don't think strength of schedule plays a difference for getting into the tournament. I think they would do a tiebreaker for that because that's what happened with you guys. Because there
That
was a
would be
difference in
so
strength of
much
schedule.
better.
Because Cuddle
I
otherwise would
w-
have been 4 seed off of strength of schedule last season because they had to verse the
Okay,
top
so
2 seeds.
Okay, so map differential right now, they need to make up one map currently because it's 9, 11, 9, 10. So Diamond needs to win
Never
2
forget.
maps, or EIG needs to lose 2 to Emerald.
I think that that's very possible. Like even like because even if Diamond Eagles lose to Solar, which is like expected, even if they take a map off us, like that's a really big win for them because that gives them a much better shot at getting to that tiebreaker or even into the end of season.
Diamond has some work to do yet. I think it's funny that Emerald can help Diamond out, which is hilarious.
It'll
to
very
me.
much be a passing of the torch.
I mean, and because Emerald has 1 map win, if they could double or if they could triple their map wins, they did their job.
Yep.
Like if they give them 2 more map wins somehow, and like those would be the biggest 2 map wins of Emerald season.
It could be insane. Yeah, I still think that would probably be the biggest thing that could happen. I feel like looking at the top of the bracket, unlike last season, is not very interesting. But looking at the bottom here is very fun.
Yeah, I think the middle is definitely interesting though too, right? Like
Yeah,
checkmate.
the middle's
Wawa,
pretty interesting. But at the end of the day, a lot of them are kind of like in a spot where they could very much secure it just by not choking. But the bottom is like a bloodbath, and that's what makes it very interesting to me, at least.
And then Cuddle also can just like potentially re-jump back up in the rankings too to like 4 seed
Yep.
territory. So
I think again,
I
though,
don't know.
I don't know. It's just not as interesting to me as like having the potential for a tiebreaker for 8 seed. That's kind of really cool because especially with both those teams, they've shown they could potentially even make it further. Because I know last season, like the bottom 4 seeds didn't really get to play much. As much as I love all of them to death, they were all very nice when we played them. They felt very one-sided last season a lot of the time.
Okay. I'm gonna get some other insight. Nax, Ghost, if there was a gun to your head, you had to pick between these two, who you're picking?
Out of Eagles and
EIG?
Yeah, the Eagles and the EIG. Who makes playoffs?
I have no faith in Hunters. I'm picking Eagles.
That's the most valid thing.
I have 0. Who are these guys? Who are they?
Exactly.
That's fair. Have you guys played them once?
No.
I think Solar's played
We
them
were
twice.
supposed to, but we FF'd.
Oh yeah, I think Solar's played them twice now, right?
I don't know who
So that
these
probably makes
freaking
sense when I
guys
remember.
are. I've never seen them in chat, and when I do, they say like 4 words. I don't know who their coach is, even if they have one.
Do you want me to give you some
I
insight?
don't know what. I don't even know what tier they're scrimming. They could be scrimming GM for all I care. I don't know who these guys are.
All I can say is they very much are fans of playing some wacky comps, similar to how DB plays that brawl on dive. They play some wacky things, and I can see that catching, especially some of the bottom seeded teams getting it. Yeah, no. But at the same time, I feel like
believe it. They had Ace Matrix and Cha Cha Slide on the same team. who
Oh
are these
my
people?
God.
I have a
Oh,
feeling
God.
though, Pickle, it's your time to prove it. prove Diamond Eagles can beat the nobodies that, according to Ghost.
Just don't fall off. If you fall off after this, it's over. I've lost all faith.
Yeah.
It's Pickle's last dance in Diamond tier. Now he's moved to Masters.
No, literally.
Okay, so I asked chat who they thought they would win, and so far it's favoring Diamond Eagles versus EIG.
I think Diamond Eagles are very much an underdog. EIG made it to midseason. Everyone kind of would expect it, but Diamond Eagles is such a fun team to root for in this scenario.
Nax, who do you think? Who do you think next?
Gonna have to harp back to my answer like 5 times ago, but I don't really care. Probably Diamond Eagles.
Why not? Why do you not care? I think it's funny if Diamond makes it. Like I don't know.
It feels like rooting for Cuddle last season when they were very much like an underdog team. Like it just feels so fun to root for them because like even if they don't have the favor.
This is 0-40 Dragons here. This is our 0-40 Dragons.
Yeah, they just got their first win and they're looking good. Like we gotta. I pray.
I think it's interesting because like Diamond has a chance to make a run for it. I don't have that hope for Hunters. But at the same time, it's like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not allowed to have opinions. I've been told this a couple times.
LOL.
Cool. What have you done to my boy?
Hashtag free Nax. Free Nax. Speaking of Nax, we have an audience question for Nax. Theory said, who would you rather play into?
What with
Yeah,
EIG?
I have a feeling we know the answer to this one.
Oh,
I think we know what he's gonna say.
I don't care.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my god.
He said the line. He said
I
the
mean,
line.
dude, at the end of the
That's
day,
the
I think it'd be interesting to run into EIG just because it's EIG, and I don't know. I like throwing shit back when shit is thrown at me, and so I think that would be quite fun.
Yeah, you doesn't really
Um,
talk though.
Yeah,
just-
yeah,
No,
me
no, no.
too.
It's in the
wa-
comps.
Oh, the wacky
It's in the
comps. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. You got to let me fever dream sometimes, and they will. So that would be interesting.
That's
It'd
fair.
also
You
be
know-
interesting to see Pickle in a lobby. So
That's
I don't know.
fair.
Yeah.
that's,
Oh my
that's
god,
Yo,
true.
in a lobby
Nax,
on
agree.
the same team? Are
Nax,
we
let's make an
sure
agreement
he's
here.
not gonna leave?
Nax,
Last
make
time I saw Pickle in a lobby, he C9'd.
That's true.
Um,
Nax, let's
Last
make it.
time I
Nax,
seen Pickle in the lobby, his team C9'd.
Nax, Nax, you know what? I'll talk to Solar about it. Let's make an agreement. If we make it to a final map in our first matchup, we pull out some wacky shit.
I get to pick your comp,
Aw.
and you get to pick ours.
That is gonna end
Mm.
horribly.
Five
Yeah,
person
I'm
off
not
roll
agreeing
each
to none
side.
of this.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I co-sign none of this.
Aw.
Okay.
All right, both teams go
Alright,
a ball
well-
comp, and we see who does better. no tooling. No, Tool is not allowed to play though.
If we're playing ball comp, sounds good. I'll be in. I'll see you later.
All right, we're putting it.
Yeah.
Last second signing from Solar. We're signing Yeetle. It's over.
GG's,
Fire.
GG's.
Bring it on, Udall.
Okay,
I'd
so
be- I'd
we're
be
gonna.
defending.
I'm gonna shut down the operation.
I
What
guess.
do you have?
Oh fuck, I have to go soon. Oh well.
Yeah, we both. I got class in the morning, but
Oh yeah.
this
It's
has
fine.
been a lot of fun. I've definitely enjoyed all of this for the season. We only have 2 more regular season episodes left before the playoffs, guys. Our run is almost over. Holidays are coming up. It's really sad. I'm
Yeah.
gonna miss everyone except for Nex.
Finally, I can get rid of this. I'm just kidding.
Thank
But
God.
anyway,
Ow.
yeah. So thank you all for tuning in. It was a lot of fun. We'll be back next week to break down week 7, talk about week 8. We'll have probably a clearer picture for the playoffs then, surely.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Maybe, who knows?
Probably
All
not.
you need to know, Solar DB forever.
Hell yeah.
Probably.
That was,
Maybe it'll continue to
Lame.
Masters.
Maybe.
that was so lame.
Hello.
That's so lame.
Forever?
Alrighty.
Is that the
Alrighty.
4th insult? Fuck you
Alrighty.
guys.
We'll see you
Huh?
guys. Alrighty. We'll see you all later. Bye.
Forever.
Bye.
Bye.